Hello, hello. Welcome back to Hobbies with Jose. I'm Jose Carvajal. Today we've got issues 119 and 120 of Eaglemoss's Build the DeLorean. And welcome back to the channel, everyone. Good to have you back. So today we're going to continue adding some more details to our back plate. Good old back plate here. Now I promise you there's going to be more pieces than last week's episode, so let's get started with issue number 119. Here we have our parts for issue 119. We have on top here our reactor exhaust pipes. Two pipes, and they come in two halves. We have a set of reactor exhaust pipe grills, a couple of brackets, and some more trusty screws, AP, GP, and IP screws. So let's see where these pieces go. So we're going to start with two half pipes here, different pieces, numbers 118A and 119B, and we're simply going to put them together and put a couple of AP screws in the holes here. Next, we're going to take one of the grill pieces, and these little end pieces, we're going to fold them up. Now, you'll notice that on the edge of the circle piece, it has a line etched on the side there. And on the other side, it actually has the words up engraved in it too. So that's telling us that that piece is going to be folded up in that direction. And we just want to be very careful as to not break the piece as well. Okay, just like that. And the grill piece is going to go on the end of the pipe with a couple of IP screws on the holes there. And we're going to follow all of these exact same steps for the other side. And now that we have our two pipes put together, we're going to set them aside right now and focus on our back plate a little bit. We're going to add our bracket pieces to the unit, and I'll do them just one at a time. One of them is going to go on one side here. We've got two holes for the screws, but the middle peg is going to go right in the middle hole there. Just like that. And again, as we're holding it carefully, we're going to turn the whole piece over and add a couple of GP screws right into these holes here. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And now that we've got our two brackets in place, we're going to go ahead and add our pipes onto the piece here. Now on the bottom there's one screw hole and one peg, so we're going to match that up onto these two holes here. And we're going to use some more GP screws on the bottom. And do the same thing on the other side. And there's issue 119 fully completed. Some pretty good pieces added to the back plate. I'm curious though, once we have our more iconic fins, how much we'll actually be able to see these pipes, but it's nice that they'll actually be inside the fins themselves, so I'm glad they're on the piece. Now let's go ahead and move on to issue 120, see what we've got there. And here we've got the pieces for issue 120. 6 pipes, and surprisingly enough, no screws for this one. They just have little notches that are going to plug into the piece here. And every pipe has a letter on it corresponding to the piece that it is. So this one, number 120C, it has a letter C right on top. So it's going to make it easier for us to know which one's which. But let's go ahead and see where they go. All right, so 3 of the pipes are going to go into each notch that we have in this section here. We're going to start with the one that I pulled out before, the one with the letter C on it, which is a small one. And that one's going to go in the little notch farthest to the right here. Thankfully, the letter C is going to be angled towards the bottom so we won't see it. And because of the extra keyhole notch, it's only going to go in one way. All right, just like that. Next, we're going to take pipe D, and that one's going to go into the keyhole right next to it. And the last one for this side, pipe E, is going to go in the final keyhole up on top. Okay, all right, and they do feel pretty secure with that keyhole entry there, so I don't think I'll need any glue on these pieces, but let's do the same thing on the other side. Once again, we're going to start off with the small pipe, letter F, and it's going to go in the keyhole farthest to the left here. And next we have pipe letter A, and that one's going to go in the keyhole right next to the one we just did. And we'll have our final pipe, letter B. It's going to go right in the keyhole right on top. And there we have issue 120 fully completed. Definitely not as complicated as 119, both pretty simple overall. But I'm really looking forward to next week's episode because we're going to start adding the more iconic fins onto the back piece here. So hope you can join me for that. Thanks so much for watching today's episode, everyone. Take care.